Hello, Mclaren. We're back with Vietnam. Well done, by the way, in Bahrain. I thought as a team we did pretty well. Sorry about bottling second in Div 1. That's on me. It was a tactical spin. But we're here. It's a shit track. This lap is alright. Freeman probably got 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, way quicker. But I think it's a decent lap. It's a 32.825. And just like last time, going to be going through it. And I thought I'd start this time with the last corner, because as I'm sure many of you who've done TT have noticed, it's a bit of a bitch. So for me personally, I prefer to kind of, as you see, off throttle about here within the corner, then just try and keep it tight. Obviously in the race, high fuel, it's going to be different. In quali, you might not want to take as much risk, but really going all the way on the curb and then back on the power as quickly as possible. DRS, short shift to fifth there. And then, so for starting this lap, I would say for those who don't run line, which is just sim, it's about the 100 meter board roughly, lads, as per usual. The braking's a bit tricky here. It's very peculiar. I'm not entirely sure why I do the same thing over and over, get a different outcome. But into second, and as you can see here, some people, if we just go back, some people prefer to use the curb, use the inside here. Personally, the car seems to sometimes jump, and you don't want it jumping over here. So in this lap, I know specifically I don't use the curb. I have to press it here. I just caress. I just caress the apex basically. In second, short shift to third because there's no traction here at all. This whole section is a traction nightmare. Now, interestingly enough here, this curb, very important to this sector as a whole really. This is a very slippery curb. You don't want to overuse it. What you want to do is hook your right tyre on this side and use it to pull you around the corner, which I do. I just put it in 2.5, it's easier to show. So you can see wheel input here, I'm almost completely hard on, but look how little throttle I'm applying. That's basically to stop the car from spinning because it's so easy to spin here. And then the understeer is ridiculous. This whole corner is going to be understeer city. Short shift to fourth about midway through the corner. As you can see, I'm never applying full traction at all, I don't think. Now I do run, I believe, a bit wide. No, now the track limits here, just a note. I think it's this line, but it's really unspecific. Sometimes you'll invalidate, sometimes you won't. I think for the sake of it, this line, which runs all the way back down here, should be considered the line of invalidation. You see, I crossed the line and it doesn't get invalidated. But either way, here, I'm still accelerating, brake. Now, I personally prefer to do a hard brake into third, ease off the braking as you go round. You're aiming for about here, this area, to put your front right tyre. Then this is very tricky on traction because you're basically flicking the car around, as you can see. I rev it out in third, drop it back down because this curb has no grip at all, into fourth. You want to be placing your tyre, if you can, on the left hand side of this because it helps pull you around. And then it's just a case of full throttle, basically, very close to the wall, power, straightening up as soon as possible, and away we go. So I'll probably but it's nicer if I just show you that whole sequence in real time. So yeah, now we're going down the main straight. Pretty self-explanatory, it's a straight. Then another tricky zone, braking again when it tells you to. Now here, drop to third. You can abuse the hell out of this area because you can, look, I've got no wheels on the track and it's not invalidated, okay? So you want to drop it into third, then let the car roll through here, flick around, brake and into second. Use this curb. It's a bit bouncy, it's a bit unstable, but it gives you the turn in almost. You want to be using that curb. Short shift back up to third. Try if you can and avoid going on here because it's just dead over here. Obviously I go a bit over. And then third, bit of an acceleration, brake. Then again, so much understeer. keeping it wide, then trying to basically straight line this as best you can. So I'm accelerating in third. Ooh, that could have ended in disaster. Yes, I got a twitch of oversteer, so I probably would have been better off using a little less throttle. But anyway, up to fourth, and away we go. Down the main straight, making sure to absolutely nail this DRS zone. Yeah. Then, again, it's another hard braking zone. Now, this is going to come down to more personal preference. I prefer keeping it in second, I believe, just because the car gets a bit twitchy in first. But yeah, again, trying to use the apex as nicely as possible. Short shift to third. Now this traction zone is disgusting, okay? You will be wheel spinning out of here in the race, in quali. It's got no grip. So look, I'm not even applying full throttle and we're at 80 miles an hour through the corner. But I think, yeah, quite nicely. You kind of want to be not aiming, but you want to let the car drift out. If I just play it in full speed, you'll get what I mean. So you're braking and pulling the car to the left, and then you want to almost let it go here, because that's almost the optimum line. Another disgusting point of the track is this corner, because you kind of want to use this curb, but it can unsettle the car. So I feel like this one here, I haven't decided which is quicker, using the curb or not. I've just read this could be a long video, but either way, it's borderline which is better, abusing the curb or not. As you can see, ooh, yeesh. Yeah, it's borderline, but I drop it to second. I think you can get away with dropping it to third, and then short shift to third, getting as early on the power as possible, getting a bit squirmy. Now this whole section is basically Britain on steroids. Maybe try and avoid using this curb here, because it has a tendency to spin cars. I believe I keep it in sixth. Yeah, so this is flat comfortably. Just don't use this curb and you'll be fine. Just go up to seventh, double down to fifth. Actually go to fourth, then short shift back up to fifth. Then, oh, fourth. Yeah, you can abuse this curb, by the way. Like, absolutely use this one. Get as much of the car on it as possible. Pulls you round. Again, through here. Down into fourth. Look at that. You can put so much of the car on here. Oh, I actually don't downshift. That's interesting. But here, down into second. Look how much I've missed the apex by here. So the thing with this curb is, so this curb has a tendency to spin cars. So you can see I'm trying to be quite wary of it, but I actually miss it considerably. But again, short shift to third, on the power early, and it's everyone's favourite corner, this half. So you lift back on as soon as you can, and DRS wide open, don't hit the wall. And that is a lap of Vietnam. As you can see, I do a 1:32.825, which is a fairly decent lap time. But no, I think with this track, and I've done a lot of it at half speed, and it's probably going to drag on near bloody 10 minutes. Well, it'll be about 9, I reckon. But basically, it's about trying to be as smooth as possible. Don't try and overdrive the car. Yeah, don't try and make up time by using curbs you don't need to or anything like that. Just be smooth, be relaxed. And when it comes to the race, just remember, don't lose any front wings if you can avoid it. But yeah, I hope this is helpful. I will post the link to the game DVR so you can watch it at flying speed. But yeah, thanks for watching.